In a world where agents, which are humans but have abilities, are no better than rocks, we have phantoms, which are actually pretty cool. Anyways, welcome to a series in which I give a very not serious buffs to the perks of Decaying Winter. Today is a Sovereign. Ready? Let's go. Okay, so the Sovereign can shove for extra damage and combine that with the Ballistic Dagger to hex enemies. Sure, that's cool. But how about letting the Sovereign wield their dagger as a primary? It'll do exactly what the ability does, but better. It'll guarantee a quicker and more reliable conversion rate for the hexes, because when you attack with a dagger, it'll guarantee a full hex not only to the single target, but to the enemies within a 4-foot radius similar to your ability, but it won't sacrifice any health because you're probably spending that time trying not to get bunked in the head by a scav. So you know how you can snowball with the phantoms, as in when you get one kill and they become a phantom, it kind of deteriorates into everything becoming a phantom? Yeah, let's add on that. If there are more than 4 sovereign phantoms, which I'll call phantoms, only phantoms, not sovereign, it can forcibly command them to combine into a transformer. My bad, I meant a bigger phantom, which is stronger, faster, buffer, wields a bolt pistol and chainsaw sword, and has rock hard abs because that's what matters most in life. Remember, personality means nothing. I hope nobody takes this seriously. You can swap out that tiny dagger for a javelin, which will instantly kill the target you've chosen. The only downside of the javelin is that it takes longer to charge than the dagger and has a projectile drop slightly better than the throwing axe, but it can penetrate enemies if they're lined up just perfectly. So they're alright. Why would you give your phantoms daggers? I mean, that's just primitive. We live in 20-something time period in Decaying Winter. We're civilized. At least give them an M1918 Browning automatic rifle or bar, or like a Glock. Heck, even just give them some bows. I won't complain. Something besides a dagger. And I'm not calling out Arch Eximus or the people who made the game. I'm calling out you, the Sovereign, who specifically, unknowingly gave your phantoms a dagger. I'm talking about you. I see you in your chair, bed. Ever heard of teamwork? Yeah, I don't think the Sovereign's phantoms have either. That's why they always fight. Weirdly. But let's whip them into shape and make them work together. So you can now choose to make Sovereigns lock together, or fight like how they usually do. But when they lock together, they'll form a row, and doing this will increase their resistance to damage by 90%, and they'll also gain a buff to damage, since fighting as one is better than fighting alone, because there's no better mentality than mob mentality. It says every Unitopia, dystopia. What are they called? Sovereign can lace revolvers with the same hex magic used on their abilities, dagger. Now you might expect a cool explanation, but it works the same as the dagger, and is honestly just more efficient. I mean, why would you choose a throwable dagger to kill people versus a gun? Personally, I choose a nuke, but to each their own, you know? You ever think that shoving isn't enough? Well, me too. And seeing that the Sovereign is kind of built around shoving people away from them, let's change that. So instead of shoves, the Sovereign's shove becomes a disable, meaning you'll kick at the enemy's feet, trip them into the ground, and get an extra second to do whatever you want. During this time, you can either mark them with a hex, teabag, or unalive them. The choice is up to you. Now, this one might be controversial. Not that any of my buffs haven't. Definitely not been controversial. But you can convert Rykon shadows into phantoms. And now you might expect me to say, that's it. And honestly, the script I wrote was going to say just that. But no, we work differently here at JoshJonya Co. Converted Rykon phantoms will be faster and able to teleport unlike their shadow counterparts. And they'll have stronger effects or weapons as well. For instance, a Sickler Phantom would have stronger regeneration upon kill, 2 claw hands to deal damage with, and would screech twice as loud and will no longer cry. Also, just for fun, let's say every kill of a Rykon Phantom decreases your ability cooldown and increases your max HP by 5. So yeah, if that's not fair and balanced, I don't know what is. Sovereign can resurrect dead allies, except they're back as a Phantom. And as a Phantom, you take 80% less damage from any source and regain 10 HP for every kill you get. But let's say you get to keep the melee weapon you died with, so you've died of an Executioner's sword, it would stack. And yes, those are your only upsides. The downsides being that if you die as a Phantom, you'll take an extra random respawn. Now, why would you want to respawn, you might ask? Because Decaying Winter is full of desperation, betrayal, and desperation. Did I say desperation? And yeah, if you take that risk, you might just save your team from complete, total annihilation. So do you want to be the hero, or do you want to live long enough to see yourself become the villain? Anyways, these are just some ideas of mine. I've definitely backed them up with science, math, science, and programming. Yep, for sure. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and have a great rest of your day, and your night, and your morning, and your evening, and your midnight. Bye-bye.
Hey, subscribe.
You don't have to, but you should.
Hey,
Yeah.
ah.